Okay, boys and girls, today we're going to explore a fantastic website called BrainPop Jr. This website will allow us to become experts at classifying animals based upon certain characteristics. Yesterday we learned that a bird belongs to the bird family because of their wings and feathers, whereas a lizard or turtle belong to the reptile family because of their dry skin with scales. So this website is going to take a look at our 5 groups of animals, including birds and reptiles, amphibians and fish, and mammals. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to click on the E for internet, and we're going to highlight the address bar. Okay, it should become blue. Click backspace, and I'd like you to type www.brainpopjr.com. Okay, use the paper that I gave you to help you spell the address. And once you've arrived at this site, you're going to see log in. Just like we log into our computers every time we come to technology period, we need to do the same thing with this website so that it gives us access to all of the games and web quizzes and activities. Okay, so let's go ahead and log in. And you're going to have a username and a password. I'm going to click in the white box for username, and I'm going to click and type PK School. Password, I'm going to move my cursor over to the password box and type password. Be very careful when you're typing password. Pay attention to your keys that you're typing, because if this is spelled wrong, you will not be able to log in. Once you have typed PK School and password, you're going to click Go. Now notice I go from a point of my cursor to a hand. That tells me that I can click that button and it will take me to the next spot of the website. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, Mrs. Frasca, this is the same as where we just were, and you are absolutely correct. The only difference is now, because we've logged in, we are able to access all of the website. So what I'd like you to do is click on Science Notebook, and the best part of this website is that we have a narrator that reads to us. So let's take a listen.
Science Notebook.
And if I wasn't sure what the yellow box said, I can move my mouse over to the yellow box and listen.
Reading and Writing Notebook.
And it tells me that it's reading and writing. So today we're going to click on the green box called
Science Notebook.
And where do you think we're going to click next, boys and girls? That's right, we're going to click on the animals.
Animals.
The next click we're going to make is classifying animals.
Classifying animals.
And it brings us to this screen. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to watch a really cool movie. And in order to do that, we're going to click the play button. Okay, it's a sideways triangle. And if I click play, notice that here is the video. It's about 5 minutes long, and this little white circle will start to move and show me how far along the movie is. Okay, now I clicked another button, the pause button. So when you're playing the movie and you want it to stop,
aren't you
you're
excited
going
for a
to
trip to
click
the zoo?
pause. Okay, and that way it brings you back to this triangle and you have stopped. So if I need to speak to you or you need to take a break, you will just click pause. Now notice halfway through I clicked this sound bar. This sound bar allows me to keep the sound on or to shut it off. There is a circle with a red line through it. I'm going to keep the sound on so that the narrator can read to me. Once you have watched the movie, I'd like you to click on Word Wall. It looks like a brick wall.
Word Wall.
And again, our narrator reads to us. So if you're not sure of what those boxes say, please drag your mouse over the words and the narrator will read to us. Notice we have a word wall that looks just like our vocabulary word wall in the classroom. We're going to see 5 words that we recognize very well. We have the mammal,
Mammal. Amphibian. Bird. Reptile. Fish.
and if I click on each index card and I flip it over,
Mammal.
it will give me the characteristics of a mammal.
Bird. bird.
of a bird. Reptile.
Fish.
And
amphibian.
Amphibian. Now, the beauty of this website, again, is that it reads to you. So if you'd like to read mammal by yourself, you certainly can read mammal, a vertebrate that has lungs, it gets milk from its mother, and has hair or fur. Or you can take your mouse.
A vertebrate that has lungs, gets milk from its mother, and has hair or fur.
And you can drag it over that box and it will read for you. So here is what I need you to do next. After you have read and listened to these characteristics, again, please listen to it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Really understand what a mammal is, a fish is, an amphibian. And I'd like you to write your name on the worksheet that I gave you. And as you're exploring these different groups of animals, think of a mammal that you know, a fish, a reptile, a bird, or an amphibian, and go ahead and draw one, and you can label it your spelling. Do not worry about how to spell the name of your animal. Please stretch it out, sound it out. And this is going to show me how well you can distinguish between a mammal and a fish, a reptile and a bird, and an amphibian. Now, if we go back to this website and I click the back arrow, I have yet another place that I can get some ideas for drawing my animals. I can play a little game, and I know we all love to play games. If I click on game, it says spot
the 3 mammals in each picture.
Again, I can read it myself. I can read along with the narrator, or I can have the narrator read it to me. I'd like you to click again the play button, which is a sideways triangle. And it says search and spot. You're going to spot 3 mammals.
Spot the 3 mammals in each picture.
And I'm going to take my magnifying glass and hover over each of the 4 rectangles. And when I do that, I'm going to look very carefully and ask myself, what is a mammal? What makes a mammal a mammal? Oh, I know. A mammal, its babies drinks milk from its mother. So I know that a horse is a mammal. So I'm going to double click. And when I double click on that animal, it will bring it down to this blue box. Okay, you need to have how many?
Spot the 3 mammals in each picture.
That's right, 3 mammals. So I would go ahead and find 2 more mammals. And when I'm finished, I look for my little hand with the pointer, click X, and I'm going to do the same for each of these different habitats, the jungle, the desert, and the backyard. Okay, and as you're playing this game, you can certainly start to draw. You can use these to help you draw, or you can think of your own mammals or your own fish. The last thing that I'd like you to take a look at is you're going to be able, for those who love that challenge, to take an easy quiz or a hard quiz. I suggest everybody start with the easy quiz first.
Easy.
And there are 2 options. You have a paper quiz and you have an online quiz. An online quiz is what you're going to be taking. You're not going to be printing this out. You're going to be using your mouse to take the quiz, just like we do in Raz Kids. So I'm going to click on online quiz, and it comes up with questions. Question 1, I can read it to myself. What kind of animal is a zebra? Or I can take my cursor.
What kind of animal is a zebra?
And highlight that sentence, and the narrator will read it to me. I ask myself, what kind of animal is a zebra? Well, I know it's not an amphibian. I know it's not a reptile. I know it's not an invertebrate, so I must be a mammal. And I am correct. And I would continue taking this quiz until I reach the end. If I click the back arrow, you can go ahead, and I challenge you to take the hard quiz. Again, you're going to use your mouse to take the online quiz. And boys and girls, this is Brain Pop Junior, and this is a segment of Brain Pop Junior classifying animals that will help you become those experts that you need to be. I hope you have enjoyed this website, and I can't wait to hear all about it. Have fun!